Welcome to Activity 1 in the Music Math module, Creating Rhythm. You won't need much for this. Just chart paper, which is a very big piece of paper, markers, paper and pencils, enough for all your students, and of course, music. There are a few different ways you could bring music into this activity. CDs, online streaming, iPod, MP3 player with speakers, or you could even involve some live music if you're talented or have a good friend. Before we start, if you don't have a background in music and are a little hesitant to attempt a music-based activity, don't worry. All the vocabulary you will need to talk about music can be built collaboratively with your class. We'll show you how. This activity connects the very observable concept of music to the more abstract concept of math. Step 1 will have students making a few graphs and discussing with one another what connections they see between music and math. It'll take about 15 minutes. To start out the activity, ask your students a few questions to bring what they know about music to the front of their minds. What kind of music do you listen to? Where do you usually listen to music? Who plays a musical instrument in the class? And what is it about music that you really like? Now grab your chart paper and have your students help you make a graph of our favorite kinds of music. This doesn't have to be a rote activity. Play with ways that you could visualize this data. You could use a pie chart to show percentages of your class's favorite types of music. Then use a bar graph and allow the students to answer with their top 3 types. You could even get them up on their feet by having students move to different parts of the room to physically sort their own data. For example, move to this side of the room if you like lo-fi hip-hop. Move to that side if you like classic rock. Pair up your students and have them think about and discuss this question. Do you think there are any ways that music and math are related? While you give them some time to think about this, mount another piece of chart paper on the board, or somewhere where everyone can see. Then take a few answers and mark them down on this piece of paper. Keep it around for the rest of this activity, and for the next 2 music math activities as well. And when students discover a new connection between music and math, have them suggest an addition to the sheet. This can be a fun way to keep continuity between the lessons. It's time for step 2. In this part, students will explore the difference between rhythm and beat. We'll start with a short discussion and definition making, and then move on to an exploration of how rhythm and beat interact. As a disclaimer, this step is a little different here than in the curriculum. We just have an opportunity to do some clapping, and we couldn't resist. Make sure you check out the PDF as well. This step should take you about 15 minutes. Start out by listening to a few songs. Encourage your students to clap along. Once they've got the hang of it, ask your class to articulate the difference between rhythm and beat. If need be, let them clap or stomp to get the point across. Give them a simple song to hum or sing. We'll use Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for this video. As a class, explain that the beat is the driving, unchanging force behind a song, and have them clap it with you to the song you've selected. Now explain that the rhythm follows the words of the song, kind of like this. Do this a few times until they have the hang of it. Then it's on to step 3, exploring rhythm. Divide your students into 2 groups. Tell one group that they'll be the beat, tell the other group that they'll be the rhythm. Have your first group start y'all out with a steady beat. Then have the rhythm come in after a count of 4. Not as easy as it looks, is it? You'll get the hang of it. Keep trying. Switch it up. Have the beat group switch to rhythm, and then the rhythm group switch to beat. If you really want to confuse them, have them do it in the middle of a song.
Changing the equation. After-school math curriculum brought to you by Explora. Funding provided by Sandia National Laboratories. Find more Changing the Equation videos at explora.us/changing-the-equation.